Yo,
what up?
We're back on video, baby. Let's go. It's been a minute. Y'all gotta
The camera's back.
Look and listen to our, or you gotta look at our ugly faces and listen. Camera's back. Hopefully, time will tell. We'll see when the drops, unless we get some technical issues.
And if y'all don't like the way we look, man, listen, just go on Spotify, whatever, man. Listen to the audio. We good with that too.
We good either way. Somehow the YouTube hits still get views, even though our faces aren't in them. So my self-esteem has been taking all kinds of hits.
I just ignore it. Yo, welcome back, everybody, to the Comfort Food Podcast. He is Juan and I'm Sean, and every week we get together, have a few drinks, talk about things going on in the world, try to focus on things making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. Hit them with a drink of the day.
Ooh, this one's a good one, man. I got an inspiration from a local bar, and it's a take on their, basically it's a mojito with bourbon.
Okay.
So yeah, man. So I did this variation of this bourbon mojito. So we're gonna call this Dad's Mojito. And for those that complain about, like we get bougie sometimes with the drink, so we do a little too much. This is all shit you can find in any liquor store, really, your local liquor store, Publix, wherever, Total Wine, ABC. But it's 2 ounces of bourbon. We did the bullet bourbon today, so really simple. We haven't easy to find. No, I don't think we've done it in a pod, but it's a very common, easy to find. I actually like to do bullet with ginger ale. It's one of my, if I'm going to mix it with something, whatever, ginger ale. I like it. It goes down nice.
What's the price point on a bullet?
Good. I think $25 for a normal 750 ml bottle. Yeah, so it's for that price point, it's great. It's good to mix. You don't feel bad, mixing it. And then you also don't feel bad in the sense of you feel like you're drinking some piece of shit bourbon, at least for me. I think it's decent. So the 2 ounces of that, about 4 ounces of mojito mix, pre-bottled mojito mix from we use the Master of Mixers mojito mix, which normally we like to make our own mixers here. We'll make the juice and stuff from scratch. Yeah. But in this case, for this, it works really well. So 2 ounces of bourbon, 4 ounces of mojito mix, about 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, top off with club soda. Of course, we always do Fever Tree with the mixers when we can with the soda. So Fever Tree club soda, stir that up, garnish with a mint leaf, clap it up, crack it for the scent. And then that's it. It's simple, straight to the point, easy. You can make a bunch of these, you can batch them, you can make them back to back, and it tastes great. It's refreshing, and you get the nice little bourbon taste to go with it. And I feel like it gives you a good fall feel, but at the same time being refreshing somehow. Yeah. So it's a good transition drink, man, as we get into the holiday seasons now.
That's right. And man, it's been getting a little cooler here the last 2 days, man. We finally hitting that Florida fall weather.
It's 75.
It's a cool 71.
Yeah, everybody right now in the Northeast, so the rest of the country is hating us. Yeah, cool 71. 71, and we were all wearing hoodies today. It was.
Oh my God!
It might as well have been snowing here, man.
It was beautiful outside. Mm-hmm. And it was. I think during the morning hours, it was in the 50s. Mm-hmm. But then it warms up when the sun.
It's cold this morning.
When the sun comes out, bro. Here.
I walked down to walk my daughter to the bus stop, man, and I was freezing my ass. I was like, bro, and it was windy.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not normal.
I need a jacket. Officially for Floridians, bro.
Yeah, I am. Oh, I've been here officially. I have been here. I mean, I have for a while, but I've been here longer than I haven't been here.
Right.
So I'm a Floridian for sure, but I'm at that point where the whole, they call it your blood thinning, and maybe it's in my head, but I definitely feel colder now. With higher temps. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely a warm weather guy, man. Yeah, I could go to cold weather for a weekend. After that, give me the fuck out of there, bro. Give me back. But this is my favorite time of the year because I want to be able to wear a hoodie and comfortable clothes and be okay. I like to wear jackets and suits and whatever, and not feel like I'm sweating my ass off. Here, July, August is miserable. I hate it here.
Yeah.
But from this point till about March,
it's really nice.
Phenomenal. Yeah, it's the best weather. We'll get like you said, 60s to 70s every day, and it's fantastic. That's why people move here. It isn't August. This is the time of the year why people move here.
All right, man. Coming for brand of the week. What you got? Let's go with yours first, man.
Dude, I got to do it to this ballroom, man. There's this White House ballroom that's getting built right now. For a variety of reasons. Obviously, anytime you're doing massive construction on the White House, especially, again, as an American, as sort of the house holds so much, obviously, symbolic value to us in terms of what it means to our country and the authority and whatever, in terms of our history, in terms of our right. So it's forever going to change in terms of how it looks aesthetically, right?
So was there, because I've seen the headlines, but I haven't really read deep into it. Is there a current ballroom and he's just ripping it out and replacing it?
No, I think there's like some small rooms that they can use for like dinner, but there isn't an actual real ballroom where they can hold events. And so I think some of it is like, hey, this is going to replace their need to like rent out or do events in other places where they would normally spend X amount of money. And so it'll save money in the long term because they're able to hold it in the White House. And then also just the White House itself will have a, like a standing,
a function room.
A function room, right? Where they can hold events and
what's the outrage?
Because everybody has to get mad at what Trump does. So
part of it. But yeah, besides that though, right? So like he's not using tax dollars.
No, he's getting donors. He's getting private donors. And
it's really like it's a lot of the major players like.
Every major corporation you could possibly imagine.
I don't know if Google's in there, but I know Meta's in there, right?
In there.
Like there's a lot of the major companies.
Google's in there, Apple's in there, Hard Rock's in there, some pharmaceutical companies, I think. Basically the who's who of anybody, and some smaller company, but like all the who's who of corporations are in there. I'm pretty sure Amazon's in there. But the outrage is first, like I think people just have to be pissed at Trump no matter what he does, right? No matter what direction he sort of moves in, people are upset. It feels like almost like obligatory at this point. And then I think obviously the government is still shut down, so there's some frustration with like this is what the focus is right now. Like obviously there's been a lot of stuff. This is what he talks about in press conferences, like, and I can understand that frustration from a citizen standpoint, a civilian standpoint of like, hey, the government's still shut down, especially if you work in those sectors that are affected by that.
It's not even just the work, man. It's the folks that actually get help from the
benefits.
Right?
I think as of today or tomorrow, right, the people who receive like SNAP benefits and all that will no longer receive that. So there's going to be like there's going to be some food. I guess lack of food for a lot of families. There's a word for it that I'm drawing a blank on right now, but like. Yeah, so I can understand that, like, if your frustration is coming from a point of, like, this is what we're focused on right now. Like, sure, you should absolutely be focused on other things instead of a ballroom. Like, I don't disagree, but I also don't think that he's focused necessarily on the ballroom. Right. I also just think, like, you just don't get a fair shake if you're him. And I don't say that as, like, a Trump apologist. Like, if you've heard me, I'm just as critical of Trump. But, like, I also think like we're also unfairly we rip him about shit that we wouldn't rip another president for, and vice versa. Like I know that's the name of the game, right? It's politics, right? But this feels like one of those things where we're just outraged, and maybe I'm just ignorant to like other facts and other things. But like one of the things I keep seeing that like annoyed me about this was the rhetoric online and social. Like people that I saw were like boycotting the companies, and like one post I saw was like boycott Hard Rock. And like boycott, whatever it was. And then I went, as you type this from the iPhone that was made by Apple, who also donated, it's like, or from Google, who probably used the web browser that you use to get on here, or from, it's just like the level of hypocrisy and all the shit we do. Like, I think this is why, like, I'm a big proponent of shut the fuck up, like, because like inevitably, and you see this with with people who are just like very, I guess moralist online is like inevitably you're going to be the hypocrite and we're going to come after you because you went so hard at everybody else. And like we're all hypocrites about something. I'm a hypocrite about shit. Like you're a hypocrite. Like we're all hypocrites about something. Like we say this all the time. You can't care about everything, right? And so I understand that. But like, bro, don't go beating people over the head with a stick over shit because you're like, hey, boycott these people. They're donating to the problem. It's like, okay, well, what separates Apple? What separates Meta? What separates Amazon? What separates the convenience? I noticed you're picking companies. The people who do that are picking companies who are easy to boycott because it doesn't inconvenience them, right? They're not going, get rid of your iPhones, guys. Don't use Chrome anymore. It's just like, right. I think I just get increasingly. I'm just getting grumpy, man. With my old age,
Dude, we don't know how to properly boycott.
No, I think I get increasingly more grumpy at like unreasonable outrage to shit that's like I shouldn't even say misguided. That's just guided in one direction without, and I know that's politics. Listen, as much as I resist talking about politics, at this point we just gotta kind of lean into the whole shit because it is a lot of it, and I feel like I'm leaning into the point of like I just want to point out how hypocritical both sides are all the fucking time at this point because it's so frustrating to watch. Like even in my personal life, like I'll hear people talk about politics, and like I'm always and I know like this is probably why a lot of people don't talk to me because I'm just always like hey, didn't your guy do the same thing? And it's just like but and it's just like there's always the but. It's like all right, man. Like I don't know. I think I'm so burnt out from the whole red blue shit and the left right shit and like this Baldwin thing. I'm like, bro, should it be the focus? No. Do I care? I don't give a fuck. It doesn't affect my life at all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and do whatever I was doing.
I think I would be more sort of unnecessarily outraged. I probably wouldn't be outraged if anything, but I would be more concerned if he was using tax dollars.
I don't even know that I would care then. You know why? Because there's a lot of shit my tax dollars get used for now that I'm sure that I don't know about.
I'm saying, but my point would be using tax dollars during a time when the government shut down. So you're taking away where you could put that towards. It probably wouldn't even go that far. Okay. But you could put that towards, right? But in this case, he's got all of these donors, and I don't know if there's also tax dollars being used. That's possible. Which
the government still shut down. How many days is that?
Right. Oh, I don't know, man. It's one of the longest.
Ever, right? And so now I went to public school, so social studies was probably fucked up. But do congressmen and senators and all that still get paid during the shutdown, or will they get back pay for the time that they were shut down?
That's a great question. I don't know.
I would love to know that, and we should probably do that before I make some comment on it. But because if they get back pay, should they
I mean, I would say yes, if they are also back paying everybody else who's been sort of shorted over this time period.
If you're gonna back pay a DMV person and all that.
Yeah, you got to go all the way around if you're gonna do that shit. Or are they like are they like the executives of companies that just kind of have the perks?
Right. Yeah, because the government funding, but the bills. So the GOP-controlled House passed a bill earlier this month to extend the government funding until November 21st, but the bill stalled in the Senate and Democrats, one extension, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, how many days now? I'm trying to see. So most members' pay rate is set by, I don't know, it's too much to read. So the short answer is yes, I guess. Lawmakers will continue to draw a paycheck. So if you're in the legislative branch, you will continue to draw. So lawmakers' pay has been funded by a permanent appropriation since 1983.
Okay. So there you go. So it's just like the folks that are in power that can make the decisions are not further incentivized by withholding pay.
Yeah.
Right. So when you start to affect people's pockets.
Yeah.
Then maybe these guys make a decision.
Make $193,400. So most members earn a salary of $174,000 per year.
Okay.
That rate hasn't changed since 2009. The Speaker of the House earns $223,500, while the President pro tempore of the Senate and the party leaders in both chambers make $193,400. So they continue to get paid. I feel like unless you're actively there working to get us up and running and doing shit, you shouldn't get paid. Maybe they are. Again, I'm not all familiar.
No, I think that was my point.
How many days how many days are we into the shutdown? Because I know Trump had two. Every president has had one, so I don't want to make a big deal about the shutdown per se. Because I feel like every single president has had. They're normally really
it definitely feels that way, man. This is not. It's not new. This one is gone longer than at least the more recent ones. But again, I think that you have to incentivize the people that are making the laws or the people that are in charge of keeping the government running, right? Making these deals to keep it running. You got to incentivize them by also going, you are a government employee and therefore you don't get paid either.
About 30 days. So I think the last time Trump, it was about 35 to 38. So we should, within the next week, we should possibly get a deal in place.
And we'll see.
It was October 1st. So we'll see.
Listen,
But I think
Trump has set a precedence that he's kind of playing hardball with
Yeah.
anybody who is sort of in opposition, whether that's party lines, whether that's other countries, right? Like even the whole 100% tariff on China, like that's already gone, right? They made a.
I think they turned it around quickly, man. Right? Like
They made a deal.
yeah, dude. I got a package. It wasn't even from China. I got a package from the Netherlands. It was clothes I ordered from a brand that I order from all the time.
Okay.
Bro, I want to say the concept of the package were like 180, 190 bucks. It's a couple pieces of clothing. They wanted to charge me 145 for customs fees and all that because of
How does that happen? They come.
UPS comes to deliver and then they're like, yo, we want a check. And then had sent me an email, which I had ignored.
So they're gonna like take the check.
They'll take a check. Like I got to pay UPS because UPS probably
Like the
paid
driver?
that. Yes.
Get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah. And then they had sent me an email. Like I can go pay it online if I want to.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I've ordered from this brand all the time. I've never had to pay that. And they're like, oh, well, because of the tariffs. Like, so I'm like, bro, just include it in your prices like everybody else does. And I probably would have bought the shit anyway.
Right.
I might have bought one less, or which I might have only bought 2 pieces of clothing anyway. So maybe I only bought one, would have only bought one, right? Yeah. Like if you just include in the price. Because I'm sure that's what every other brand is doing. They're just embedding it into the price. So I feel less, I'll just be like, oh, everything's so much more expensive now. I'm still going to buy it, right? But I feel better. But when you tell me when it's 100% of, because it was like, I think I spent 180. That might have included shipping charges that were quote unquote free, but I'm sure the value of it, right? They reduce it for like in the shipping manifest, like charges and stuff. So I'm not paying you what I paid for the clothing as a customs fees. Like, fuck you. So I returned the package. I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm paying that. Like, you guys can take that back. Like, yeah. But I don't know, maybe the frustration, the ballroom thing, for a lot of reasons, just to kind of put a ball on this, but like, it's listen, historically, you don't know what's going to happen there, what's going to take place there. It is, for however you may feel about it, it is going to be a historical venue. It is going to hold a lot of events. There's going to be a lot of pieces of history that will take place there, and you're going to see a lot of photos and video and whatever taking place from here. It is a moment in time now of this shutdown, of this administration, of this thing. Like, there's just a lot of stuff around it. I think it's going to be historic that we'll remember. It's also, you're tearing down the east wing of the White House, and there's controversy behind that, and you're tearing down the east wing to build this thing, and so you've gotten rid of another part of history to do it. I don't know how. Like, I know there's outrage about that. I don't feel one way or another about that. I don't know. I'm not attached to real estate. I moved a lot as a kid.
Know what's funny, man? 10 years from now, if the American people have a president that at least the majority of the country really feels good about, like just feels good about. I'm not saying he's doing a good job.
Right, but yeah.
It's or feels good about.
Yeah.
And then they take photos in that ballroom. Are we even remembering that ballroom was created by a guy that at least many deem has caused turmoil?
Now, when he names it after himself, people might be a little pissed off because he's gonna name it after himself. I don't know, but he's gonna, right? Like, they haven't announced the name of the ballroom, but he's gonna name it after himself, right? Like, you have to, right?
Yeah, you're him. Yeah.
I'm trolling every president through the end of time. I'm naming, and it would be on brand. Like, he names everything after himself. Yeah. He names bills after himself. He named, like, I'm gonna name that shit after me, and I would do it just to fuck with people forever.
Beautiful ballroom.
That would actually be amazing. But he would be like Trump's big, beautiful ballroom. Like, there's no way with that ego that you don't put your name in there. No way, right? Like, I don't blame him. I would.
It's definitely
you have
on
to,
brand.
right? We'll see. That'll be fascinating to watch over the next however long it takes to build this thing.
I was kind of going back and forth with what my compliment is going to be. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with the first one here, man. And so I'm gonna give a compliment to our society as it stands today. And here's why. So I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story. There was some parents that were from Texas, that were visiting Florida, and they were on a beach. I don't know which beach. Actually, Miramar Beach. And they had 3 older kids and a baby.
Okay.
And so, as the story goes, the baby was sleeping and essentially got left in like a tent.
Yeah.
And they went off.
Beach tent, man. Yeah.
And they went off for a walk with their kids for like an hour.
And they left the baby in the tent sleeping?
Left the baby in the tent sleeping.
Okay.
All right, so I guess at some point people started noticing, yo, the baby's here. Maybe the baby woke up. And so the people that were around, like, grabbed the kid and called the police.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yo, they were arrested.
Oh, for abandoning their baby?
Yeah, and so
Okay.
I don't know what I'm trying to see if the
That sounds like typical Florida behavior to me, bro. They're just trying to fit in, bro. They're just trying to be part of the culture.
but they were like, but their excuse was like, well, the baby always sleeps during this time. We figured he'd be fine, and he was. So
Yeah,
let's
like
be,
if somebody kidnapped him.
let's be clear on that.
This motherfucker cries when he's up anyway.
let's be clear on that. The kid was fine. Right?
Yeah,
So it wasn't
right. Okay.
it wasn't in distress and whatever. But it just kind of begs the question of we're in a place in society where it's almost like the societal opinions are pushed on everybody. So if you go, yo, you shouldn't leave, it's a bad thing to leave a baby in a tent alone, right? Whereas if the parent goes, yo, that's my kid, this is what I choose to do, could it be a risk? Could somebody steal the baby? Absolutely. I don't think that's gonna happen. And so as a parent, I get to choose what I do with my kid. It also took me back to how we and my wife and I kind of go through this, and it's not just my wife and I, it's like our family, as far as especially like my generation. We all have kids similar ages, and we talk about like what they're able to do, what we allow them to do at this point in their lives versus what we were doing at the same time, because society was different.
I think about that
right?
with my kids all the time.
Like when I was being raised, I'm Gen X, and a lot of Gen X parents, including mine, like they were divorced, and so I raised in a single parent household. And so because of that, like mom worked, and then so at 12 I got the key to the apartment so that after school I could just come home, right? I was alone maybe more than other kids, right? I didn't come home to somebody in the household, at least at that age. Prior to that,
we're all latchkey kids or whatever, right?
Yeah,
like,
right. And so and then dude, in elementary school, we used to have, so I grew up in Manhattan. There was kids that would come on the train to come to school.
Oh yeah.
From the Bronx.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, this is my the school that I was in went from 1st to 8th grade.
I took a public bus to school in elementary.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for a long way, but it was a public bus.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I didn't feel like walking it. Yeah, because it was either walk it or take.
And it was normal.
It was fine. Yeah.
And so this is like like I can compare it to like just saying even my kids now, right? Like
to be fair, half the shit I did as a child though, I wouldn't allow my kids to do.
That's my point. But that's my point. But it was fine, right? So a lot of times it was fine, and it was probably other kids that you knew that was doing it, right? Like it was like this societal.
And truthfully, our kids would be fine. We're doing them a disservice by not letting them do that, man.
Absolutely.
Like yeah.
And so my point of this was just like, should parents or should police, should the law be getting involved in something like this? Like, is that considered neglect? And if so,
I think so in this scenario though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if the baby was fine, nothing happened, whatever.
Because I think the slippery slope is, so are we just saying, hey, if the baby ends up being fine, it's okay, but then should something happen to the baby, we're charging you. So then what is the crime? Leaving the baby there? Or something happening to the baby? Because then should the crime then be, you shouldn't get charged with negligence, it should just be, like let's say somebody goes by and kidnaps a baby, right? Yeah. Like let's go worst case scenario. Is the charge just for the people kidnapping, or is the charge for the parents for neglectfully leaving the kid there, leading to his kidnapping? Isn't that illegal whether or not the kidnapping happens? Shouldn't it, or then you can't hold me accountable should the kidnapping happen?
I don't know, man, because
if the kidnapping happens, you're like, yo, that's a you problem, and then you just charge the kidnappers. But then, like,
I mean, again,
then you can just rid of negligence in general, right?
It just depends on the way that you look at it, right? And again, I think this is what it is. It's like, here's the way society, as a general, or in general, is looking at things, and so we go, oh, this thing is not right.
So I guess man, for me personally, I always lean on the side of like, when it comes to like law and whatever, like when this in particular is, we should do a better job of protecting people who can't protect themselves, right? And an infant can't protect itself. And so ultimately you're the guardian of this thing and you have to protect it. And I think that's where you go, hey, if something doesn't happen to you, like I understand that part of it, but it's like, but what if something did? And it's like the situation that led to that is the one you put it in, which was leaving it there in the first place. Like if a high tide comes and washes away the kid, like, or you know, like somebody steals it and a wild animal or whatever, like goes like every scenario that could have happened had this thing just been supervised, it wouldn't have happened, or somebody would have been, you know what I mean? Like I guess
it would have been more preventable,
right? And the baby doesn't have a choice. I think that's where I go to, like maybe it's like limited by age, but I go, once you're to the point where you have a choice and you can do something about it, then I'm like, yeah, that's on you. But like I think I go, man, an infant can't really like help its circumstance, right? He can't be like, oh fuck, that water's getting high, I should probably move, right? Yeah. Hey, this stranger's coming, I should probably scream. You know, like I err on the side of like you kind of have to protect it because it can't protect itself. And so the slippery slope is like, do I only care if something bad happens? Then leads to, because you know our legal system, right? Like we live in this super litigious society, right? And so then you start getting into weird situations where it's hard to convict someone for things that they should have been convicted for, because we're going, well, something didn't happen here, you know, it only happened because this other person came along, you know, like I just think if you just have a clear definition of like, yo, you can't leave your baby under fucking whatever, however many old, whatever we want to pick, like unattended for this amount of time in public, or any amount of time in public, like if that's the law, then cool. And I don't know, maybe, I don't know what it is in Florida. Is there because I know in Florida,
I don't know either.
There isn't a law in Florida as far as like how young you can leave your kids home for. Sorry, I sound retarded. I've had too much to drink. So like you can leave your kids home alone. There isn't an age limit in Florida as far as like how young is too young to leave them home alone.
Well, that's the other thing too, right? Like what if you are a parent of a baby, right? And then let's say you're a single parent and you need to go for groceries, and every day your baby sleeps from 2 to 3, and you just go, you know what? I'm gonna be 15 minutes. I'm gonna go downstairs, go across the street, pick up some shit, and I'll be back literally in 15 minutes. My baby always sleeps during this time. As a parent, should you not be able to make that decision?
Sure.
Go,
it makes you
again,
a shitty parent, but
it's almost like an educated decision. Now, again, we could all make an argument that
the house would get set on fire.
I wouldn't do that, right? But who am I to say, yo, that's not how you should raise your kid? Because we're really good about pointing fingers at people, but you know, until you step into that person's shoes and really understand like kind of what they're going through, also the way they were raised and their values and stuff, like it's all different.
Yeah, no, like it's because I'm also you gotta let just gotta let people be people and let evolution take its toll, right? Like, listen, man, I was left alone, fucking as a middle schooler. Like my mom would leave out of the state for a weekend, you know what I mean? Like, and I was home alone. Like, it turned out just fine.
Speaking of bad parents, no wonder you are the way you are.
There's so much wrong with me. Maybe it was those times. But like, I mean, to your point, like I get what you're saying about no one knows like the circumstance and the situation and your kid better than like the parent, right? And so like you said, like,
I can do what they do. I think we gotta make mistakes.
And this is the problem of us being us, is that we can never apply common sense. Because like, although I wouldn't do it, that scenario to me makes more sense than leaving them on the beach. They're in the comforts of their own home. I'm right across the street. I can justify that more than I can justify the leaving them on the beach part.
But the other thing is, like you said, you go like, okay, well, what if the house catches on fire?
Yeah,
what if
sure.
Okay, so you can always come out with the scenario.
Yeah,
well, what if?
That's why I go. It's like you have to have a definition, and then you have to define it. Clear. And pick an age, and it has to be clear. If like, because there's a difference between like the Like, you know, we all do things where, like, it's not illegal, but, like, we're going to give you dirty looks. You know what I mean? Like, are people, right? Like, it's like, hey, we have to, I guess, distinguish between, like, is it frowned upon or is it illegal, right?
Dude,
like, there's a difference.
I told you this story before, man. My mom sent me to strangers at 6 years old.
Were you an asshole when you were 6? They didn't like you at all.
Speaking of bad parenting.
Maybe that was great parenting because you were a dick.
I'll show this little fucker. Send him over there. No, man. For those of you,
you turned out all right.
Yo, for those of y'all that are in the Northeast, like you guys don't know about that Fresh Air Fund, and I'm sure it's a lot different than it is. It's still a lot different now than it is than it was back then, bro. Back then, you would literally sign your kids up. They get on a fucking bus. They end up somewhere in Pennsylvania, and then families would sign up to take the kids for 2, 4, or 6 weeks, bro.
You know,
it's crazy. Now, the experiences that I had, the family that I ended up going with is fucking phenomenal. Best people that I know.
You lucked out.
Right, I lucked out.
But that could have gone.
But that could have went
horribly, bro.
Could have went way left.
But also, to your point, like I apologize because if I've mentioned this on this podcast before, but like I feel like the entire school system in the Northeast, especially New York and New Jersey, was to tell you how ain't shit your parents were. Because, bro, in 5th grade, they took us to a private school in New Jersey as a field trip. Like, why would you take us to a private school?
To show you what you could be?
No, it's to show us our future employers. Yo, this is the kid you're going to be working for one day. Here's your future lawyer. And then here's how your parents ain't shit.
And then meanwhile, they were telling them.
It was to show you how much your parents failed you.
The future fucking garbage men.
Yeah.
And the fucking.
And for them, it was like, be nice to these guys, but they'll be cleaning your house one day. You don't want them to rob you. Bro,
I ain't never heard of
I think about that
like
shit
that,
so
bro.
much as an adult now. I go, yo, we spent the whole day at this private school with these kids, right? And at the time, we're like, yo, this is amazing, this is fire. And all it did for us is we went home and we went, yo, that was kind of fucked up. How come their school was like that? These motherfuckers had uniforms and they got to change for gym and shower.
What's funny
they
is
had good food.
I wonder what was the point of that, right? Because you can't motivate the kids.
It's to motivate our parents
better.
So we go home and be like, y'all gotta step y'all game up. I done seen some shit. Bro, to this day, I remember the name of the school. It was called Pingree.
Wow.
But that's how much of an impact it had.
Fucking trauma. That's
yeah,
trauma,
it was fucking traumatic, bro.
You need to talk to your therapist.
Bro, I sat in that private school. I was looking around. I'll never forget. One of the first things we did was gym class, and these kids was wearing shorts and t-shirts, like specific clothes for gym. And it
had the name of the school.
Yeah, it had the name of the school and shit. And I was like, why did? And then we were wearing our normal clothes that we showed up in there with, and we had to do. We went through every period like they did, and then it was like. And I was like, wait a minute, y'all get to change? They're like, yeah, of course we get to change. And then we shower afterwards before we go, to like fucking fencing.
Like, y'all got showers?
And I was like, shower?
It's
not even Wednesday. What do you mean shower? Bro, it was like a whole school day. And we got to do their, we did all the subjects with them. We did all this shit. I remember do
you remember what the doing the subjects, was it more advanced than what you were like?
Yeah, we were stupid as fuck.
So you just like, this is hard as fuck.
I was like, this. Oh no. So I was always a little bit smarter, in the classes. So I was like, this is the shit we should have been working on over there. I don't know what you dumb motherfuckers is working on back at home. But by the end of the school day, I was like, yo, my self-esteem has never been lower. I was like, Brad over here is about to have a bright future.
It's just funny. I wonder why they would do it's one thing to go, hey, you take you to a place, not a school. Or maybe it's a high school or college, right?
Why are you taunting,
right? Like
a bunch of 5th graders?
I can't go here. This is dope. Thank you.
Look at what you're missing out on. It's like going to a museum. Check out the shit you're never gonna own. Bro, that shit was brutal. I was like, why would you do this to a 10-year-old? The whole time I'm sitting there going like, yo, either my parents don't like me or maybe they should have stayed in school.
Go home, you're like, no, we can't have nothing.
I was like, Chuletas again? I was mad as fuck. I was like, what is happening right now, bro? Dude, I go, it's the coolest shit you could have done.
Chuletas again.
Yo, you know, it's the cruelest shit you could have done to a bunch of 10-year-olds. Was like, we're going to take you to what could have been possible for you, but sorry.
Go home to your roach-infested apartment.
And some of the kids I went to school with were like I had a nice house, right? Like as a kid growing up. Like my parents did good, man. Like I had a in terms of like we had good living situations. Like I would never complain about that. But like I had friends that were like in the projects, right? So we go on that field trip, and then some of these kids gotta go home, and I was like, they're like 17 of y'all to a bedroom. My apologies, sir. and then it was like, oh, you're looking at the guy who's gonna arrest you one day, and then you looking at the guy who's gonna possibly rob you one day. Like it was like what I could never understand, because you know how field trips are supposed to be educational.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did they ever kind of like cue you guys in on, you know, hey, well, maybe when you have kids, you can send them to a place like that, not to this fucking school.
It was like, whatever they're learning, hey, this is what you guys should be learning, but
we don't have funding.
And what's crazy to think about, bro, is like New Jersey public schools are some of the best in the country.
Really?
Into rankings wise. Yeah, dude, you gotta think about the even like at the university level, right? Like they have Princeton, and they have some pretty prestigious universities.
Yeah.
And like the public school system was pretty good. Yeah. It's way better than Florida. Because when I came to Florida, I was like, oh, y'all stupid.
We don't even have to do no work here.
I was like, y'all go to school outside. Y'all real dumb. Like, we had buildings at least. When I was like, after that field trip, I was like, I came to school in Florida, and I was like,
did you have trailers?
Yeah, I went to school in a trailer here when I first got here.
Oh, wow.
I'd never seen a trailer.
Was it a newer school? Is that what happened?
No, it was like a satellite campus. I went to a school called Colonial High School, and they had a 9th grade center that was all portables, no buildings. The whole thing was portables. It was like a mobile home park as a school, basically. The best way I could describe it. Like there was an
I know what you're talking about.
And so that's where I went to school, but you got to remember, I came from the Northeast to an actual building. You know, there was like an edifice that you went to school in, and you know, had central AC and the whole nine. You had hallways and walls and everything. And then I came here, and it was like, oh, your hallway's outside, and then you're going to a fucking trailer to a school. And I was like, oh, y'all some real hillbillies. This is fucking crazy. No wonder everybody down here stupid. I was like, they go to school outside. It was insane, bro. Then I put shit in perspective. I was like, you know what? My school up there was amazing. Because these kids ain't even got walls.
All right, man. Yo, tell me about what's going on with Carly Ursay.
Dude, all right, have you seen her? So I guess for people listening,
give him the rundown.
Carly Ursay Gordon is the daughter of Jim Irsay, who formerly. So Jim Irsay owned the Indianapolis Colts of the NFL. He passed away recently, like in his 60s. He passed away kind of unexpectedly.
Yep.
His daughters, I think 3 or 4 daughters, took over the team. Carly seems to have taken like a very prominent role on the team. One of the things Carly did, which time will tell on whether or not it's genius or she's just a kook owner, is she wears the headset that the coaches wear on the sidelines, and she's listening.
So she's down on the sideline.
Oh yeah, she's down the sideline during the games, and she's listening to what's happening. She's listening to the play call. She's listening to the thing, and you can hear her talking sometimes. I don't know if she's talking to the people on the headset or if she's just talking in general, people around her or whatever. But anyway, she's clearly like very involved in terms of like the what's happening during games, and you know, I'm gonna assume during practices and whatever. And when they asked her about it, she was like, hey man, you're paying these coaches millions of dollars. I need to be able to tell when they're full of shit. I don't know enough about Carly Ursay's like football IQ to say like, who the fuck is she? But like part of me goes, that's great conceptually. I'm going to listen to the chatter, right? Like, I know the plays being called. I know what's happening. I know the communication happening between my coaches and my assistants and yada, 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 right? But if you don't know about it, right, it doesn't really help. I don't know where, maybe she knows a lot about football, right? Like, maybe she's grown up around. Her dad did own the team for a very long time, so maybe she's very well versed in it. I don't know.
I would imagine that she has to be, like, she probably the one of the daughters that was actually into football.
Right.
And probably listened to her dad.
Or do you not have to be, because you know when you can hear them, right? Like I don't have to know about something to know that it's wrong if people are telling me like, oh, you fucked up or this fucked up or whatever. You know, like I can just go like, oh, the people who are in the know are basically telling me that the disaster is happening as it's happening. I don't know. But she's basically like, hey, like I need to be able to tell like who's full of shit. And she was, and it's almost like if you're a player, there's a relief there because she's going, I need to know if this guy who I paid, whatever, $20 million a year to made a bad throw or ran the wrong route or took, didn't get off the block right. Or was it the coverage that he was put in or the play that was called or yada, yada, yada? Because I'm also paying this guy millions of dollars. And meaning coaches, like she seems specifically to be targeting coaches. And it's interesting. I wonder what's leading to that, like that will come out later, like because she seemed very fixated on the personnel, as she should be. Like I don't disagree with her. I'm not even really sure how I feel about it yet because initially I'm going, what do you know about football that makes you think you should be wearing a headset and you would know any better? And that comes mostly just because she's a woman. But it's
tell me how you really feel.
But just in general, like you do this with Jerry Jones, who owns the Dallas Cowboys. Like he's the GM, he's a very meddling owner, and I'm like, bro, just step away, give it to somebody who knows what they're doing. So initially, I'm like, man, like I don't know how I feel about this. Seems like you're a meddling owner, but might end up being very progressive based on the results on the field right now. Could be coincidental. I don't know that she's making a direct impact.
They're great results right now.
Fuck, the Colts have the best record in the NFL. They're 7-1. Daniel Jones looks like Joe Montana all of a sudden, where he looked like fucking Jamarcus Russell and when he was with the Giants.
What a great story that would be.
Oh my God.
For them to make a deep run. Right, or even win a Super Bowl.
It's brutal because they're in the division with the Titans.
I'm not necessarily rooting for them, but
it'd be cool to see, right? Daniel Jones get the success, right? Yeah. I don't know,
but I do like the fact that, listen, and it doesn't matter really like what job you're in, right? Even if you have a boss who doesn't necessarily know your job, I will say if you have somebody sort of listening in on you and checking yourself. We had this conversation the other day at my house, and I was like, I forget, my sons were asking me a question. And I was like, man, yeah, like my boss, not often, but she checks me. Yeah. Not checks on me, but like we'll discuss things and I'll go, well, here's the path I'm going down. And then she'll challenge me on things and just go like, why did you pick that? And I'll have to sort of explain the rationale behind it. And there's times where she'll go, well, did you consider this? Did you consider this? And it's like, it's so I could even see on the football field, if you have sort of the boss listening in, I don't know, man. Kind of, I feel like it'll make you be more on the P's and Q's.
I don't think it's worse, right? Like I surely don't think it'll make your team work unless she starts going, oh, fire this guy, get in this guy, and then it doesn't work out right. Like, again, that's what time will tell. Listen, having more information can't be hurtful to her. She's absolutely right where she's like, we're paying millions of dollars to coaches, to assistants, or whatever. Like, you should know whether or not they're full of shit, and she's absolutely right. Because I think if you're going to hold players to a standard of, like, like we'll critique a wide receiver and be like, he didn't run the right route. And she's right. It's like, do you want to know, was it a coaching mistake? And I think there was something that they pointed out specifically where it was like, hey, someone was giving the wrong information, and so the player looked bad at the time.
Right.
But because she had the headset on, she realized it was actually the message was relayed incorrectly from a coach or whatever it was. And so in that scenario, she was like, so from a fan perspective, from a watching the game perspective, it looks like the player didn't know what he was doing.
Yep.
But then it was like, because she's behind the scenes and she got to listen to the chatter, she realized he was given the wrong information. Yep. And so it was actually that. And so from that perspective, it's like, man, feels like common sense that we should have had all along. but because she's the first owner to, I guess, publicly kind of come out, or at least it stands out. It kind of just draws attention to itself, where you're like, oh shit.
Plus, she's a woman, right? So that it's
of course, right? That's always going to be a thing. Yeah. So yeah, man. Just from that, I'm very curious to see where that goes in terms of like, do more owners start doing it? Do the Colts continue to have sustained success? And now, listen, like everything else, that's not going to make or break the franchise. It's not going to mean that they win all the time. It's not, what. Like again, the difference between genius and meddling is the wins, right? Like, because they're winning right now, it doesn't, because I think initially this is like a story very early on in the season, and it was kind of like, weird, right? Now they're winning, and the story just starts moving further in that direction of like, well, Carly is fucking doing that, right? Yeah. But if the Colts were 1-7,
right,
it could have been like, oh, his daughter's inherited the team. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Right. She's meddling. Look at her wearing a headset. Blah 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 blah. Which you could argue
it would have created a narrative, even if it wasn't true.
Exactly, because the narrative in reality should be there really isn't shit she could do other than hiring and firing, right? Like, and so from that perspective,
she's not calling
those
plays.
People are the one calling the plays, right? Like, as a Titans fan, I'm very aware of the people calling the plays and how bad they can be, and it's brutal to see, bro. The Colts. Bro, they've been a thorn on my side for the entire fandom of being a Titans fan in that division. Like, bro, you gotta understand, as a kid, I had to deal with Peyton Manning. Then fucking Peyton leaves, and miraculously they get Andrew Luck, who's another generational talent. Right, Andrew Luck is gone, and then now they've been mediocre for, let's say, 4 or 5 years. And now they get Daniel Jones, who's supposed to be washed up.
Yeah.
Like mid-20s still, right?
He looks like a freaking stud right now.
He looks like a fucking stud right now. They get this new ownership, and which is maybe exactly what they needed. Maybe there's just new blood, new fresh ideas in the building, whatever it is. And now they're 7-1, and they look fucking unstoppable. They're scoring at will. And I'm just sitting here going like, man, I've had the same shitty fucking team for 2 decades, man.
Sounds like me with the Green Bay Packers.
It's brutal. Fucking sucks. Like, Houston and Jacksonville, they have good years, right? And you have there are 2 or 3 good years, and then they normally, like Jacksonville for the most part, it's like 1 good year and then 5 that suck.
Yeah.
Right. The Houston Texans had like a 2-3 year run where they were good and fun. The Colts have dominated that division over the last 2 decades, like dominated. And then like for the last 5 years, it was like up for grabs because the Colts suck. And now it's like, I gotta watch these fucking Colts again.
I know how you feel, bro. I saw this stat the other day. The Packers have had 3 quarterbacks in the last 30 years. Like 3, not saying that. No,
Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and now Jordan Love, right?
Yeah, it's 3 guys.
All great. Jordan Love is who'd have thought? Fucking didn't come from a huge program or thing. Man, like.
But the way that I love the way that they, which I'm not a Packers fan by any means, right? But quite the opposite. But I do have to, commend them for going. Here we're gonna grab this guy and grab him early in the draft, and then make him sit for 3 years.
Which no one does anymore.
Behind a great quarterback.
Which they did that, right? Dude, and people forget Aaron did that behind Brett Favre. Right. Like, yeah, there's something to that, man. I think the current climate in the NFL is like people want to win now, and if they draft you, they want the investment to pay off right
Especially if they draft you like in the first round.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you get guys like Jaden Daniels last year who's had great success very early on, and we start to normalize that. And the reality is that's not normal. Like these guys, dude. Like again, I hate to talk about the Titans.
CJ Stroud, same thing. Right?
CJ Stroud, right. It was amazing, but you've seen CJ Stroud now kind of progressing.
That's right.
He's
not really regressing. He's still young, man. He's been in the league. What? This is his 3rd year?
Dude, if you listen to this podcast the last 5 years, like I always say, let people get tape on you.
Yeah.
And once they get tape on you, that's how you find out when people are actually, whether they're good or not, right? And CJ Stroud, amazing first year. And then people have tape on him, and he's still good. This is not a knock on CJ Stroud. It's you can't sustain that level of success because once people can game plan for you because they have enough tape to watch for you, then they can sort of like keep you sort of more at bay, right? Like lock you in. This is what separates like Patrick Mahomes and the Tom Brady's and all that of the world is like people know what's gonna happen and you still can't stop it, right? Like, and so that's why when people have an amazing first year, I'm like, yeah, pump your brakes. Like, if you do it in year 3 and 4, that's when it's impressive. Like, what happened? Like, people don't know what you're gonna play like when you're in the NFL year 1 because they're watching college tapes of you, and that college tape is of a different offensive coordinator. Yep. It's a different scheme, it's different whatever, it's a different game, it's different speed, it's different everything, right? And so, yeah, I just don't pay attention to that much. But with CJ Stroud, what you get is like what you knew very, very quickly was, oh, the moment isn't too big for him. The composure's there. He's going to be fine. He's not going to, the success he's having year 1 isn't sustainable, but he's going to be successful. It's just not at that level where you just go, if you're this good now, imagine you in 5 years. And it's never that way. It's like you regress year 2 and 3, and then you see guys sort of take off. Once they've gone, oh, I've seen every defensive coordinator I could possibly see. I've seen every defensive scheme I could possibly see. I've seen, every blitz formation. I've seen people switch out. And then it's like the really good ones then start to separate themselves because they're like, they can do sort of the math at the line.
Yeah. And it also matters like who their coaches are. And are they the same coaches throughout the years, or are we changing coaches or changing coordinators? Like all that shit.
Going back to Daniel Jones with a head coach who's very offensive minded, who's prolific at offense, who looks again like fucking John Elway. Whereas with the New York Giants, Daniel Jones looked like he might have special needs. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Dude, I tell you who must be crying right now, man, is the Minnesota Vikings. They let go of Sam Darnold. They had a chance to get Daniel Jones. They let them both go because they thought J.J. McCarthy is the guy, which he still might be. But the guy has not been available. I think this week coming up,
he missed his rookie season, right?
Missed the whole rookie season. He played a game or 2 this year. He gets hurt again. He's coming back this week, but he hasn't been available.
Dude, and this goes to what we were just talking about. Why would you not, after the year Sam Darnold had last year,
dude,
at a minimum franchise tag Sam Darnold so that J.J. McCarthy can sit a year? And then maybe even sign Sam Darnold to a 3-year contract.
That's what I was thinking, man. A 3-year contract. Let JJ sit behind him.
And it goes back to what you were just saying before. It's like we're not patient anymore. We don't give these guys the time to sit. We don't give, like the Green Bay Packers, to their credit, is they've, even behind fan scrutiny and media scrutiny, will draft someone and go, and player scrutiny. Dude, listen, when they drafted Jordan Love, it was like they had to deal with a moody ass Aaron Rodgers.
He was pissed. He wanted a receiver.
He was very pissed because he goes like, bro, I'm trying to win a Super Bowl, and you guys have moved on, and you're like, hey, teach this kid. It's like, fuck you, right? Like you're right. Because Aaron Rodgers goes, oh, this guy's taking my job. It may not be next year, but it's probably the year after, but he's taking my job, right? Yeah. And so like, I think credit to the Green Bay Packers for just kind of putting the business and the common sense ahead of it, of saying like, Aaron Rodgers, and you can't take away what he's meant to that franchise and his skill set, but you go, time's running out. Like, I got to prepare for the next phase of that. Right. And it sucks because it's a business and it's brutal, and loyalty only takes you so far. I tell people all the time, no matter what, just sports aside, you got to put yourself first. Whether you're in corporate America, whether, whatever it is, like, hey, yes, you want to do right by people. You want to make sure you don't burn bridges and stuff in a lot of scenarios, but everyone at the end of the day will make the decision that's best for them, and so should you. Yeah. Like every time. Like whether it's sports, again, or corporate America.
Yeah, man. So, speaking of billionaires, tell me about this British billionaire.
Yo, I wish I had his name because the story doesn't have his name. But there's what says is he's a 79-year-old British he's a millionaire. Sorry, he's a multi-millionaire.
Oh, okay.
He's gone viral after announcing that he's looking for a quote-unquote good breeder.
For dogs?
Nah, he wants a younger woman to marry him and have a son who can inherit his 1300 Somerset estate. So Somerset is a place in the UK.
Okay.
The eccentric landowner says he wants to secure the family line and pass down his historic property to a male heir, sparking equal parts like fascination and outrage online. His estate, complete with a manor, stables, and acres of countryside, have been in his family for generations, and he's determined to keep it that way.
Dude, so
he's not a great looking dude. Also,
he's 79.
79.
I mean,
for a 79-year-old dude, I'm gonna show you what he looks like. It's fine.
This is like an old dude.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But I would imagine, I don't know that a younger woman would be attracted to him. However, she may be attracted to the money.
Take over the team, bro.
Attracted to the money, right?
Yeah.
Now, what if you sign up for it and you have a girl and then another girl, right? I feel like if you're this guy, you gotta have multiple.
You gotta do the whole or do you do the whole where they can select the egg and select the sperm?
Can they do that shit now?
Yeah, you can.
So you can have a boy.
So if you have, I think in vitro, you can specify what you want, or at least try, shit. And they only do the chromosome or whatever, the eggs and the sperm that will give you that match.
Oh, wow.
Now you reduce your chances, I guess, of because if you're just like I don't give a fuck what it is, you get more. But you can, I think, if you do the artificial insemination in whatever capacity, you can decide what sex you want.
Shit.
Or and
I didn't realize that because I was thinking more along the lines of you need to have multiple women, and then it's
but if he's doing it the old school way, he does,
and it's a sweepstakes.
Oh, whoever gets the ball first.
Yeah, who's got the air first?
Yo, he should get a reality show. I bet you that shit would pop. Yeah, just him fucking, and then people get, and then pregnancy.
Do we have to actually watch that?
You don't want to watch a 70-year-old billionaire?
Nah, he's only a millionaire. He ain't a billionaire.
70 you right. This guy's got like $1.2 million. He like the rest of us. He like oh my God, bro.
Man.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like that would be a dope reality show. I like trash TV, man. Because, I don't watch a lot of shit. And so when I do watch shit, sometimes I just want to check out. Like, I love Jersey Shore when it was, like, in its heyday.
Yeah.
Because, like, it was so garbage, but it was so entertaining. And so I feel like if you just made a show with a 79-year-old guy, it'd be like Love Island or fucking like The Bachelor just for him.
Yeah.
But he's this hideous dude, and you just got chicks competing to like be good breeders, quote unquote, and he can just knock them up on live TV. I don't even watch the fucking part. I just want to see these chicks fight each other for who gets to fuck the 79-year-old. But that shit would be amazing television. Hit me up, ABC. I'll executive produce that shit.
Don't they already have like the fucking Golden Bachelor or whatever the hell?
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah. So this guy should be on some shit like that, right?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I don't know, man. That shit.
Dude, what you might end up seeing is one of these AI girls, man. I saw this shit the other day where this dude was using Alibaba Wen 2.2 Animate. So AI tool, but this guy was sitting in his.
I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Exactly. We just say A. We gonna call it just A.
I thought you were talking about tool. Buying some shit online.
You can get it off of Temu. But this dude basically showed that it's a guy sitting in think Twitch, right?
Okay.
They got these streamers, so he's this gaming, right? This guy's in a gaming chair. He's got his, he's doing his game, whatever. The split screen showed the AI version of him as a hot chick. And the way he was moving, the lip syncing, even the expressions, she had everything that he was doing. And as he spoke, it was in her voice. So you have this good-looking girl.
Okay.
That's a gamer. And so, and I'm like, yo, we're fucked. Maybe not you and I.
I feel like I should take notes, though.
But I feel like, dude,
I'm trying to be self-employed.
This could be the next. That we should do this show.
Oh! Next time.
We're gonna do 2 different versions. We're gonna call the other one
Go ahead.
No, I'm not saying it.
No, I'm not.
Surprise, motherfuckers. Dude.
Oh my God, bro.
Bro, I saw that, and when I saw it, I go, oh, like, guys are fucked, bro.
Yeah.
Because we're so visual.
Yeah.
Right? And in a space.
And we don't care whether it's AI. Well, do we? I don't know, man. It's tough for me.
I think you want to believe that it's real.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I don't want to know that it's AI.
Well, I definitely don't want to know that it's a dude. You know what I'm saying?
Is it gay?
It's a guy.
If it's a dude pretending to be a girl and you like it? What a conundrum. Is that gay?
But especially in the gaming space, right? You don't necessarily have like hot chicks in the gaming space.
No.
And when you do, these chicks pop.
To be fair, if you're
pop
a
online.
gamer, I guess depending on the age, but if you're a gamer into a certain point in your life, and that's all you do, I assume you're gay anyway.
But you've seen these guys, like the guys that are in like esports, or in these these
they're not exactly elite athletes.
Yes, and so if you get somebody that's good looking right now, that person is marketable. Yeah. They can you want to follow that person.
Oh
whatever.
So they sell ads and they sell product and
that's right. And my sons have showed me like there's good-looking women that are not necessarily good gamers, but they're gamers, and they got a ton of followers.
To be fair, bro, none of the popular streamers are good gamers. None of them. They're all entertaining to watch, but they're not good. Like, know very few. They'll every once in a while something will happen that'll go viral that's like impressive skill-wise.
Yeah.
But all of the biggest gamers, streamers, rather, are in terms of gaming, they're not the best at the game that they're playing.
But they're usually pretty good. So guys like Ninja,
but that's like
Ninja, Booga, you know what I mean? Like those
sure,
guys
but that's like
right?
a product of the hours put in.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? Like it's not like this. I don't know any gamer that's like the way we look at. I don't know, pick a pro athlete like LeBron or fucking Floyd Mayweather or whatever in their respective sports where you just go, they're just that much better than so-and-so at Call of Duty. Or like Ninja, we don't look at Ninja and you go.
To the AI girl, LeBron.
Yeah, bro. Right, there's gonna be a LeBron of porn, right? Like there's gonna be some AI chick squatting on dick from fucking. Let me shut up. I don't even like the internet, bro.
Canceling all my accounts.
I don't even want access to the internet no more. Take away my phone. I just don't want. Bro, I don't. This whole future, like all this shit we're gonna be looking at is fake, and it's not gonna be good for us. Also, not gonna be good for our personal lives. Not gonna be good for No, I hate it here. I hate it here.
Dude, how we doing on time?
We're out. We're like exactly. Oh no, we're an hour 3 in.
All right, good. You wanna?
The camera didn't cut off. Let's fucking go for a second. It cut off once. Y'all didn't see it, but it did.
Do you want to close with the Detroit police officer or
Shrekking?
Yeah, Shrekking.
I think I want to go with Shrekking.
Let's go with Shrekking. Go. What's going on?
So there's a term that's become very popular, and I know my algorithm hates me. I was fucking with my self-esteem because I'm getting stories like this. Like, you should read this. You'd be super interested in it. There's a term called Shrekking, which is essentially dating basically beneath your league. So, you've heard of dating up or above your league.
Yeah.
But Shrekking...
I'm assuming this is based on looks.
Yes, of course it is. And it was mostly... The premise of the article was mostly centered around women. Dating down.
Oh, okay.
And so it was basically because dating down, it becomes sort of the dating down in terms of like once you're ready to settle down and maybe be a wife and get married or whatever, like get married, have kids, yada yada yada, is like you date down because it's like a more secure, safe sort of a space to be in. Or in today's dating environment, people are afraid of getting cheated on. People are afraid of getting dumped because like the apps and yada yada. And it's like the idea of dating down means this person is just grateful to have you in their life, so they won't leave you.
Gotcha.
You can kind of leave them, right? So it puts you in control of the relationship. And then I was like, bro, if you're reading this and you're like, oh, that's crazy, I can't believe people do that, it probably means you're the one getting Shrek'd, right? And then after I had a couple of drinks and felt bad about myself.
But you know what? There's got to be something to like. I don't necessarily like. I wouldn't subscribe to date sort of somebody who doesn't look as good. And then, but everything else is okay. I think you gotta, if you're gonna date sort of, if whatever you consider to be down, I would hope that it's somebody who your personalities are good. They're a good hang.
So yeah, so what happens is like, and bro, this is like what every guy doesn't want to hear. What happens is like if you're a guy, right, and the girl's dating down, it's like you're sweet, you're kind, you do all that stuff. But you may not be the best looking guy she's dated. You might not be the best in bed that she's ever had. You might not be. It's like, but as guys, like, right, like looking at this equation from a guy perspective, it's like, yo, as a guy, you'd rather hear, oh, you fucked me like nobody's ever fucked me before.
Right, you're the best I ever had.
Like,
or whatever.
You're the most romantic guy. I'd be like, I don't give a fuck about that.
I'll be like, romance? I can't even,
bitch, anybody can buy flowers.
I can't even spell romance.
Tell me how the dick was.
Tell me how I laid it down.
Like our ego don't give a fuck about all that nice shit. Whereas maybe from a, like if you flip it, it's a little bit different. But it reminded me too of like, so anyway, so like the girls, it's become this thing where it's like as a form of like protecting yourself from getting hurt. It's become a thing where girls pick this, right? And so now it's like, now I gotta be careful with it. Like, and then it makes you cry. I'm like, well, am I the ugly one? But then like, on the flip side of that, I remember hearing all these stories and reading all these articles, like similar studies from a guy's perspective, where it was like the better looking you are as a dude, the sort of like you downgrade yourself as well when you're ready to settle down, the better looking you are, because it was like you've had all the hot chicks or whatever, you've had all the stuff, and it's like, oh, they're all hoes, none of them are good like wife quote unquote material. And so then you settle down. Like it was like this whole thing of disparity of like, oh, why are all these hot dudes settling down with girls who are like 7s and 8s and not 10s? And it was like all this shit because like, and we joke about this all the time, like the 10s are normally like pretty whack in every way, shape, or form, but there's actually like studies that prove this. And so I was like, bro, they're just fucking with everybody's self-esteem now, because now you gotta wonder which one you are.
Dude, I used to work with this guy, and his name, he will go nameless.
Wait, did he work with us?
No.
Oh, all right, I was gonna say, I want to take a guess.
This is pre us.
Pre us? Okay, go ahead.
But he was married to this woman, and so he was kind of like the earner, the smart guy, the earner, and she was more of like the party girl, right? Okay. And so this is kind of like
was she aesthetically superior to him?
I would probably say, I don't remember what she looked like. Just like
traditionally,
I would probably say from what I remember. But anyway, I remember one time, man, he comes to work, and I don't know why the fuck he told us this, because this shit we were dying. He goes, they both went to, they go together to like this sex shop. And she literally tells him, hey, like, let's go over here because like, I want to buy a dildo. I want to have something that can fill me up.
Those are her words?
Those are her words. And then this dude was really like dry humor. And then he goes, oh, good. Maybe while we're there, I can find a wet pussy.
great fucking. He should have said tight.
No,
the
he
wet
did
could
say
flip
tight.
on her. Okay, I was like, the wet could flip on. She'd be like, well, it'd be wet if you could fill me up. Oh, okay. So
No, it was. Sorry, it was the tight.
Yeah, that's the only thing you could say, right?
I ruined it. It was the tight. It was tight.
That's the only thing you could say in that scenario, right? Because she just fucked up your whole... Bro, you're never recovering from that as a guy.
That's what I'm saying. And so, it's one of these, right, where maybe she thought, well, here's a guy who can provide.
Yeah.
Clearly, she's had other things, other cocks that could fill her up.
She's like, yours ain't it.
It's like, yours is fine, but I kind of miss that feeling. So can we go to the store?
I need a mold of Chad. Or Dante.
Or
fucking Terrell. I want a mold of Terrell. Bro, it's like, do you want to know, guy or girl, what kind of, let's say your spouse watches porn to get off, you're not around. Do you want to know what's the category they're clicking on? What are they putting in their search for when they're trying to find their video? Do you want to know what that is? Because what if it's...
I don't think... Yeah, right.
Right, you know, right? Because it's going to be the opposite of what you are, right? Yeah, no. None of us want to know that shit, right? Because what if it's like what if your girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever, is picking a different thing, completely opposite of you?
Right.
You can't unsee that. Not the whole time.
No, you can't. But you also have to go, it's almost like it's a fantasy for a reason.
Sure.
Right? So it's hard not to take it personal.
Right.
But there's also, you have to consider that it is a fantasy, and there's kind of a reason that it's a fantasy.
Right. Because you can't get it.
So maybe that's the thing where you just go, nah, like some things have just
better left unsaid.
Yeah, bro.
I'm torn.
I don't think would you ask? So like in your current relationship,
the problem is if you ask,
no, that's what I'm saying.
You have to be prepared to get the answer you don't want to hear.
So, but I'm saying,
which is probably what you're gonna get.
In your current relationship, have you guys talked, like, do you think she watches porn? Have you asked her if she watched porn? And then if she said yes, did you ask her what kind? I would think the answer to all of that is, like, well, does she watch porn? I don't know. No, I didn't ask. And so, no, I didn't get an answer.
All of the above.
That's it. Yes. Right. That's it.
Nah. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
fuck, man.
I don't care. I don't want to, I'm like.
No, you care, so you don't want to know.
Sorry, I'm not interested in those. I'm not interested in any of those.
The ego can't handle the truth. So.
Yeah, like, I don't want to ruin my day.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm happy. Why would I want to go look some shit like that?
Like, you watch that shit.
Why would I want to ask questions that I want?
When you're alone, man, go knock yourself out.
The older I've gotten, the more I've gotten, like, I don't even need to ruin my day like that. I don't want to know nothing. I don't have to know nothing. I just assume everything was better than me.
Yo, on that, tell them where they can find this.
On page 15 of Pornhub. At the Coming From a Podcast on IG, at the Coming From a Podcast on Facebook, at Coming From a Podcast on YouTube, at Coming FP Pod on X, at Coming From a Podcast on TikTok, and then all your favorite audio platforms: Spotify, Geo7 Ghana, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Geo7, Podchaser, Pocket Cast, TuneIn. I think I've said it all. Amazon Music, Audible, your Alexa smart devices. Also, tag us. If you guys are making our drinks, tag us in the photo, post them, tag whoever, if we're using Bullet, tag Bullet. If we're using Fever Tree, tag Fever Tree. Just put us out there. That way they know where you guys are getting the recipes from and why you're using their product. Tag us and everything. And also, I just like to know who's actually making the drinks and doing them. So tag us. The branding shit I don't give a fuck about, but it's more of like, are you guys getting something out of it? It's always cool to hear people who are like, oh, I got this drink, I made it, whatever. I was hanging out watching the game and I made this. I was having people over and I made this and it was a hit or whatever, or you guys put me on to my new favorite thing, whatever. It's always cool for us here. So make sure you guys tag us. Put your drinks up there, man, for sure.
Yeah, and as always, we appreciate you guys. We will see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Bye.